Hey guys, Scott and Kelly coming at you from Cody, Wyoming.
Hello.
And today we just want to share something that's been heavy on our hearts and something that the Lord's been speaking to us about, and that is the kingdom of God. It's something that I talked about at XOP Church a couple years ago, but something that I want to revisit because as we continue to send videos, we want to build on this teaching, with these upcoming videos. Just want to pose a question to you. We as we look at the world's in a mess, right? The question is, why? And we believe that it's because of the self-centeredness of man. The Bible calls this the sin nature. And, as we look at some of these problems, whether it's like corruption or human trafficking, drugs, war, famine, a lot of these problems, we have to ask ourselves, was this God's original plan, for the world and for mankind when he created us? Absolutely not. So what was God's original plan for the creation of man? It was that there would be one will, God's will, one kingdom, God's kingdom. But what happened? What happened was in the Garden of Eden, after Adam and Eve ate that fruit they weren't supposed to eat, they went from one kingdom to three kingdoms. The kingdom of God, the kingdom of Satan, and now the kingdom of man, were the kingdoms of this world. And now with 6.5 billion kingdoms running around the world today, all opposed to God's kingdom, we can see, why there's so many problems in this world. And so now, what's God's solution? God's solution is Jesus. But so often, we hear that Jesus came to die so that when you die, you get to go to heaven, But when I look at the life of Jesus, when I look at his teachings, I look at the teachings of his disciples, what do we see? We see that he preached the good news too. They preached the good news too. But they didn't preach that, believe in Jesus so that when you die, you get to go to heaven. They preached the good news of the kingdom of God. And what is that good news? That good news is that Jesus came to restore the earth back to him, to restore all these wayward kingdoms back to his kingdom, so that there could be one kingdom again, God's kingdom. But how does this happen? This happens when a Christian fully surrenders his heart to Jesus, so that Jesus can begin to live through them, to bring their kingdom to this earth. And as we look at one of the big problems of the world today, it's something that's, again, apparent, wherever we go. It's the problem of poverty. And when we look at the life of Jesus, it's something that we see he took very seriously. And in the Old Testament, we see that God cared about the poor very much, And so in Psalm 9:18, it says that for the needy shall not always be forgotten, and the hope of the poor shall not perish forever. Psalm 9:18. And so we see that, this psalmist is declaring that the needy and the poor, something's going to happen for them, And then when we look at the life of Jesus on this earth, when he entered into his ministry, he said, I've come to preach the good news of the gospel of the kingdom to who? The poor. And as we look at his life, we see that this was something that was very, very dear to his heart, the people that he ministered to the most. And even in the writings of Paul, he says in Romans chapter 15, verse 1 and 2, we who are strong have an obligation to bear with the failings of the weak and not to please ourselves. Let each of us please his neighbor for his good, to build him up. So my question, my challenge to you, XOP, is, as you're seeking the Lord, who is he saying to bring his kingdom to? Where is he saying to bring his kingdom to? Because I believe in my heart of hearts right now, he is stirring Christians all around the world to begin to open their eyes to see who his heart is for, So we want to challenge you today to get out there and build his kingdom, seek his face, and see those places that we just know that Jesus would be ministering to himself. So God bless you guys. We love you. We continue to pray for you every week, and hope to see you one day soon in Indonesia at XOP Church.
God bless you.